Good morning, everyone. My name is Kevin Reed, and this is my live stream, and we're talking about today's topic about happiness. Happiness is for me being grateful for what you have in life, like the simple things in life. You have your health, and you have people who are close to you. Hello, Hubad. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Shout out to you. Um, Having someone if you have a strong support system, that's extremely important. Family is important, and and always, just having, when you wake up, being grateful for what you have. Hello, Weena. Thank you. Good to see you. Shout out to you. Alrighty, Miles. Good morning. Good to see you. I'm grateful always, when I wake up and when I'm, like whatever I'm doing, I'm just blessed. And so I just always remember that, like how much happiness is very important, to have in life, and be grateful. So I've been extremely grateful, since I started YT, and I have a lot of support from the YT world and my family, and I'm extremely grateful, for my family, my YT family, and my family here in Minnesota, my other family, and that's extremely important to have that. Scylla, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Having family is extremely important, to become successful. I feel that with a strong, family support, that's the key becoming successful. And just always remember, hey, sir, Marie, good to see you. All right. Yes. It's always, very important to have that strong, family bond. I've always, I grew up, in with a family who, they emphasized education, and my mother emphasized that as well. And I feel that education and is extremely important for a person's future, because for myself, I feel that it's a game changer, as far as how a person, how, like, for me, how my life changed through education. My mother, she always stayed on top of what I was doing throughout my educational years, from kindergarten, preschool, up until when I went to college. And she emphasized the fact that learning with me, that was extremely important. So what she did was she went back to school and to learn the new math. And I didn't know what that was at the time, but I figured it out, when she went back to school, to learn, the new math in order to help me become successful, in school. So we worked together as one. She wanted me to succeed, and so she took time out to she took classes herself, to stay on top of, like the math, any other subject matter that I was taking, and so she could help me get to where I am today, and like throughout my educational education, through my schooling. So what I did was I finished school, graduated high school, and then I went to community college for 2 years. And that was a great experience. I was able to, take courses like geography, like reading courses, writing courses, in order to find out where my niche was. And what I found out that I enjoyed, cooking. And so my mother, she suggested, my taking a cooking course. So I did. I took the cooking course about like a year after I started. I went to a 2-year college here in Minnesota, and after a year of basic my basic education, or to qualify for the culinary arts program, I started to do that. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome. Shout out to you. See, so Zach's vlog. Hello, thank you. Thank you for coming. I'm just talking about education and happiness. So what happened was I took the culinary arts program, and it turned out to be a game changer. I learned how to do measurements, learn how to make like make salads, make pizza, make soups, learn how to bake, things like that. The important, skills, for everyday life. And my mother, she was always there, to emphasize always emphasize the importance of learning and education. And so I'm very grateful to her that she stayed with me, and she encouraged me to pursue a career in culinary arts. I've learned so much, since then. I've found myself trying different foods from all over the world. And that is very key, is to, to learn how to cook, and just, learning how to, it's just one of the key skills in life, with cooking, and then that way I knew that, I was all set. So, and I always emphasize that stick with your goals. If you have a goal, stick with it and always pursue it. And I always, do that, even now. I've learned so much, being part of the YT world, that it's a humbling experience. I've met a lot of great family members here in YT who have helped me throughout. And I'm extremely grateful to each and every one of you. So it's a continuum of learning, and you just don't stop at high school or college. It's an ongoing process. And so I've learned that you can learn anything, from anybody. And that is very key. I've learned so much, in my past 2 months being here in YT, that I'm very grateful, to be here. And I'm always going to remember those who have helped me, who have shaped me. And so that's very key. That's another key factor, is remembering your family members. For me, my family, YT family members, and my other family, and here in Minnesota and throughout the US. So I, grew up with family who has been in education for many years. And what I've learned is, the help others and share your skills and always be present. That's the extremely important part, is being present and sharing your gifts and sharing your skills with others and help them grow. So so that's what I've learned. I've observed, throughout my years, with having that support system, and everything kind of falls into place, to where I am at now. So when I hear, when I'm, in chat rooms and listen to other fellow YT members, I listen and absorb, and take notes, and just I'm very humbled to be here and to learn what it is to be a successful YouTuber. And that is to share with others and always be present. Always be present. Attend a fellow YT members premiere. Always listen to a fellow YT member's, concerns. That's what I do, and I find that to be very helpful. And just, always, listening and being present. Flores, welcome. Thank you. I have always knew from 2 months ago that this is where I was supposed to be. And I'm very grateful, and there's just so much to learn, and I'm just enjoying the ride. It's not all about the being monetized, but it's all about being learning from one another and sharing your gift with the world. The world is a large place, and if you can make a change, that's the key, is making a change. with the world and being the positive change. That's to me is being positive, always, thinking about others, always thinking about others. And it gives me pause, and when I stop, and I think about it, we're all in this together. And we can't, let, if one member, has a problem, then we, as a collective, we help one another. That's with the Y2, the YouTube world, and and beyond. So I've learned a great deal becoming a YouTube member with my family, YouTube world, and I'm grateful. It's changed my life for the better. And I've, there's so many people who have had an influence, who've had their hand in, shaping me throughout my years. That I've lost count, but I'm very grateful, and I kind of think back to, when I was a student, and what my experience was like. I had that backing. I had that strong support network that, where the instructors, took the time out. And I've throughout the years, I've, been extremely lucky in having that, those experiences. And I'm able to remember that and transfer it here in the Y2 YouTube world with all my family here. And I'm extremely grateful, to those who have shaped me, especially my mother, Lillian Arizona Reed. She took time out to make sure that I was successful. Starting when I was 6 months old, she quit her job to make sure that I was successful. That is what I remember, her sacrifice, quitting her job to make sure that I was a successful person in life. And when I think of that, it gives me pause. And I think, okay, why did this happen? And what was the reason being? And the reason being was she wanted me to have a productive, successful life. We did everything together. And I am very grateful that she has taught me her values, and I've always remembered her teachings. She taught me, she taught me how to tie my shoes. She taught me how to tell time. She taught me how to ride a bike, read, sled. She taught me how to greet people and write thank yous. She always emphasized writing thank yous. If you get a gift, thank the person for the gift. Even if you have to write it out on like a paper bag, just acknowledge, the person. And those are the key things in life that, shapes a person. It shaped me. I always remember her emphasizing the fact that stay in school, learn all you can while you can. And that is what I take away. That's what that gives me, keeps me going, is remembering her and honoring her. And that's the most important thing for me, is honoring her and continuing the mission to help others and always be there. Filling her shoes, I could never do, but I can honor her by being there, being present, being helpful, being always being there for people, and just, giving unto myself. It's very rewarding, to share one skill, even for me, sharing, sharing how to, take a bus, things like that. Or if someone needed instructions on how to do a or how to compose a letter, I think of that, how she taught me. She was there nonstop. Every school event, every parent-teacher conference, she was always there. She made sure that that I got the best education. And that gives me pause. She went so far as to have me. I was in preschool, and I went half a day to school, but she wanted me to go to school full time. So what she did, she talked with the principal, and she had it where she said, "I like my son, Kevin Reed, to go to school full time." So she talked with the principal and said, and then they came up to it with an agreement where I could go full time. And I was pushed from the let's see, like preschool to first grade, and that was very, very powerful what she did. Her using her skill to make my life better. She changed the world. She changed the educational rules in that regard, to make sure that all students had the opportunity to go to school, full time, as opposed to part time. So she used her skills, to help others as well as me. And that is that's the most important thing. That's a big takeaway for me. And I will always remember that how she changed my life, she changed others' lives. And up until last year, she always emphasized education. And my cousin from out east in Virginia, she's a successful teacher, and she would always have her students talk with mom, always on her birthday, and they would exchange cards, and mom would talk about what it was like for her growing up, during the Great Depression. And I found that very, very powerful to have that that interaction with the older generation and the younger generation. And mom was very good at connecting the two. I've always, was, in awe on how she connected with others. And I'm just, honoring her. And I want to honoring her this Mother's Day. I mean, the upcoming Mother's Day. And I want to extend Mother's Day greetings to each and every mother here in YT world. Thank you very much for those of you whom have done a great job and have always been there. And, being a mother, it's not an easy, from what she taught me. It wasn't easy. There was a lot of challenges, but we overcame the challenges by talking. We talked every day. And I always remember her always, staying relevant. She always stayed relevant. She wanted to make sure that everyone in the family was okay. Not only myself, she has other children, grandchildren, and it was very powerful how she shaped each of our lives. And she was like the foundation of the family. And she, that was her mission, is to make sure each and every one of us got a good education. And she referred me to her Kevin. And she said that that I made a huge impact. She appreciated, how who I have become. And I've always remembered, what she did. She never, ever, complained. She always gave everyone that she came across her undivided attention. And I'm very grateful for that. And I transfer that, with her teachings into daily life. And it's extremely important to not forget. I don't. Every time I wake up, I always, greet mom. And I've always, I always remember her teachings. And so I transfer that, in life and into the YT world. And I feel it's very important to carry it through, carrying her memory through. And so I'm extremely appreciative of everyone here in the chat. And each and every one of you have changed my life for the better. I always think about how I can challenge myself to, when someone comes along, how I can help them have a better life and give them extra, support. That's what it's all about, is, passing on the torch, passing on, your talents, especially when it's for me, that's extremely important, is to share and learn from one another. I've learned so much from YT in 2 months that I could write a book. And I'm just, I'm just marvel. I'm just in awe of, the many people I've met, and, just, meeting people, talking, learning, sharing experiences. And so I'm just, I just wanted to hop on and just thank each and every one of you for all your support. Thank you for always being truthful and honest, and making sure that I'm safe. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will always remember, this experience. And I'm very glad that I have this, I'm living this experience. It's very, it makes me want to broaden my horizons. When I first started YouTube, I was nervous, and I was like, I don't know, should I do this? And I thought about it. I said, sure, go ahead, do it. Because you'll learn, you'll grow, you'll meet different people from all walks of life. And that's what I've done. I'm extremely grateful for that. It's about the confidence building. And yeah, so I've, learned how to, for me, it's like a trial and error, like hands-on. I can't learn too much in books, but if you sit down and, kind of give me the, like tell me what steps, what to do, I will hold on to that, and then I will execute what I've learned. And that's how I learn. Yes, the hands-on. Yep. In a book, that's not going to work. So I have to write everything down, as well as, yeah. So, and I just, I don't like to leave anything, like open, or like if a person, does something, or, helps me in any type of way, I'll always acknowledge them. That's very, very important. Yes, so I want to, thank each and every one of you for, always, being supportive, and, in giving me the chance to, become a successful YouTuber. And I will always, remember each and every one of you, for whom, what you have taught me. Each and every one of you has had a key role in my success. I have to pause, and say, wait a minute, things are not so bad. This is extremely humbling, and, it's all about, happiness and, positivity. Look for the positive. And so, though I see that the sun's out and it's a sunny morning here in Minnesota, and so I'm very grateful, and I'm extremely grateful for my YT family and those of you here. Shout out to each and every one of you. Where would I be? I wouldn't have learned what I've learned if I didn't, take that chance on clicking the button that says, YouTube Shorts. I wouldn't have learned, about, what the YouTube world had to offer if I didn't press that button. And thanks to each and every one of you for all your patience and, understanding with, your fellow YouTuber from Minnesota. I'm very proud and very happy. And so I just want to, end with thank you to each and every one of you for, taking time out to, come and visit. And I will always, be there, for you guys. So thank you again. And everyone, hope everyone has, a good evening and a great day. And I will see you guys next week. All right, everyone, Salamat, and take care. Love you guys.